Welcome back, YouTube. This is Baylor Mage, and we have got another build. Our Cyclone slash Holy Aura, or I guess Warpath slash Holy Aura build. This is a Paladin, and our entire playstyle is just a Cyclone around the map forever, most of the time. We do have a single target ability that we can use if / when we run out of mana, but that's not very often. So let's go through the skills first. First off, our main damage, in fact not main damage, all of our damage comes from Holy Aura, right? So that's important. All of our damage comes from Holy Aura. It is spell damage. So we come down this path for Flame Burst, which is after 6 melee attacks, enemies take fire damage. If you deal the final hit, deal extra damage. Then the node behind it, which makes it so that it does 250% more damage. Then we take our Holy Aura, gives 25% increased attack and cast speed. And we take Holy Aura, gives 25% reduced melee damage. That doesn't matter because it's a spell. And when allies affected by Holy Aura hit with non-critical strike melee attacks, they have a 25% chance to restore 5 mana. So that's where all of our mana comes from. That's how we are maintaining Cyclone without any regen nodes. So let's go over to Cyclone. First, we're taking area straight off the bat. 6 points in the minus mana, which is not enough to maintain without the Holy Aura. Down here, because we have to, into Warpath pulls the enemies in because it's super nice, and I maxed out the pull area. And then we've got Warpath drains 3 additional mana. So quite loving that. If you were going to super be pushing arena, you could stand to lose all the extra pull area and just dump it into Whirling Barrier for more armor and elemental protection, which is not complete garbage. You don't really need the pull area in an arena, but it's super nice for mapping, and it's a pretty minimal change, so I prefer it over here. Next, we've got our single target ability, which is Vengeance. We've come up this side and out here, 100% global increased damage while preparing to repose. So because it's global damage, it's going to affect our Holy Aura. So we're again using this just to proc the Holy Aura. Again, you can repose an additional time, and you can repose an additional time, so that every attack we do, up to 2 incoming attacks before our next attack could hit us and we could retaliate, which would count for another stack. Because we're doing it that way, I have maxed out attack speed as well, and then used my remaining points to come over here through a travel node and into 4 of these, because that's all I could afford. Again, if I was going to super push high arena, I would want 2 more in bolster for the defense that it gives, and I would drop them out of the attack speed. Bolster is really good because it's just straight up, you take 24% less damage, multiplicative with other modifiers. So super good defensively. Right, so let's go over defenses real quick. Again, I haven't really cared about protections at all. I have cared about void protection and poison protection because those are damage over times and we can't block them. Somehow I got necrotic by accident. I wasn't trying to, it's just there. We got armor because we just did. I didn't aim for it. Our biggest protections are glancing blow, which we have knocked up to over 100%. So you only need 100, anything over 100 is wasted. But grants a chance to only receive a glancing blow when you take a hit. You take half damage from glancing blows. So that's straight up half damage. We take half damage from that, getting that up to 100%. And I've got 91 block chance. Now I can get up to 93. I'm not sure if you can get any higher than that without abusing bugs or respec things. So we'll have a quick look at our gear. Some of it could definitely use improving. So we'll start with the chest. I'm using this unique chest that gives me 30% less elemental damage, 30% elemental damage leeches life. Honestly, not needed at all. I have done this. I have swapped in a few different chests to demonstrate on stream. I have dropped in this one, which gives me a lot more health, but doesn't let me regen. It knocks me up to 13,000 life. Honestly, doesn't matter. I could put in a rare. I could put in just about any chest. I've tried that one as well. A well-crafted rare, anything is fine. This doesn't need any uniques at all. This is just I haven't found a good base chest to craft on. For now, I'm using that. So yeah. So we've gone with a scepter that I crafted and bricked. Wish I could have added a little bit more to it, but the most important part is that it has base spell damage as its implicit, 112%, Moonstone Scepter specifically, and that I could craft attack speed on it. So I've crafted that's tier 5 attack speed, 27% attack speed, and the other prefix is fire damage. None of the suffixes were important for us at all, but that is only a tier 4 fire damage. So I could have upped that to tier 5, and then I could have put chance to slow or chance to shock or something on the suffix if it didn't break. You could also go the wand route and you could get base spell damage by up to like 190%, but then you can't craft attack speed on it. Probably works out to be slightly more damage if you use a wand, but I really like the feeling of using attack speed, so I've gone with that. On our helm and shield and boots and relic and this ring, we have crafted chance to receive glancing blow. So basically you just craft that on anything and everything that you can until you reach 100%. It's the most important stat. Then we've gone, these boots also broke, so they're pretty shit, but they've got the glancing blow and they've got move speed. So again, there's a lot of min-maxing. You could push this a lot further than I have. Again, pretty shit. It broke. It's fractured, so it didn't get any better. It's got percent health and glancing. This one is pretty much just glancing and spell damage. This one is just health because I had no ring on and I realized I was wearing like a level 3 ring that had shit stats. Could easily put a better ring on, just didn't need anything. Jade amulet, super important. Lots of melee attack speed. You can craft melee attack speed onto an amulet. So you will need a jade amulet with a good implicit roll and melee attack speed rolled onto it. Also important, shields. The Solarium shield is the best base, at least that I can find so far. Can roll up to 40% chance to block implicit. I've only found a 39. The craft tier 1 is like 14 to 15%, I think, so I also hit the minimum on that. So you could get 2% more block than what I've got. And again, glancing blow. So that's all of our gear and defenses taken care of. And skills. So let's look at the passive tree. We'll start with Sentinel. I've taken all 8 points in Unbreakable here for just a buttload of health, really. Our 5% block chance and our 25% chance to gain 50 health on block. And I had 2 extra points that needed to be spent in this tree, so I just put grants 10% increased damage. This bonus is doubled. It's damage, it's nice. I can definitely put more points in that later if I wanted to. We have dipped into Forge Guard ever so slightly for Steel Aegis for 8% extra block. In all honesty, I'm not using this last skill at all, which is why I didn't bother going over it. What you put there is irrelevant. I would put Ring of Shields there if it had a tree, and if that were the case, I would also go put points into Rallying Block up to here and put them into Shield Crafter for the chance to do that when hit automatically. But for now, there's no tree for it, so it's practically worthless. So we just get the block and we move on. So in here, I've taken this because I needed points to move forward. We've put 1 in here because I wanted to test Divine Bolt. I don't think you should. It doesn't appear to be working. At the very least, I can't see it ever going off. So I would not put that point in. Again, block chance. And then over here, whenever you block, you have a 25% chance to cast Holy Symbol, healing yourself for 25 health. So we've got 2 heal on block things now. This one actually counts as casting a spell, and it'll do it automatically for you. So, moving on up. 70% increased damage and healing effectiveness if you have healed yourself or an ally recently. I heal on block, so that's up all the time. 1 point in here because it doesn't work. Staunch Defender doesn't do anything. It does not add 50 block protection while using a shield. If it did, I might actually have put more points into it. Seems to be bugged right now. Nothing happens, but we need it to get to this one, which is also wrong. It says 12% block chance. It's giving me 15, I think. No, it's giving me 20, actually. It was giving me 5% per instead of 3%. I don't know why. Either way, take it. We've got Holy Precision, 300% increased critical strike chance with spells and throwing attacks. So now our Holy Aura crits like all hell. And we've taken Divine Essence, which I might put another point in, but also it seems to be up all the time. 24% chance to gain Divine Essence on heal. Divine Essence lasts 7 seconds. Grants increased damage, armor, healing effectiveness, reduced duration of stun, etc. If you find it's not up enough, dump another point into it. I found 4 was enough. And I've started taking this one because it's just a really well-rounded node, but I'm not super excited about taking it either. Like, it's just, there's nothing else super good on the tree to take when there's no trees for a lot of the abilities, so we've just sort of run out of things to take at this point. I could also have just taken straight up increased damage and move speed, which is quite nice, but honestly, we've got the move speed when we're cycloning, so it's very nice. Now, we'll just run one quick map so that you can see how it plays. It plays like a legit Cyclone build. Very, very, very smooth. I'm going to be really sad if the new PoE League doesn't come out with a Cyclone that's this smooth, because honestly, it's fantastic. And we activate Holy Aura whenever we want to do more damage, because it makes us attack a lot faster. Oh, I feel like I missed it. I did. I missed Aura of Divinity. Super important, that one. Increases stats granted by Holy Aura by 50%. Really important, really important. That affects the damage from Flame Burst. That is straight up 50% increased damage in the base of that skill. So, really nice. I didn't bother to go over Lunge, and I'm not going to. I'll open it for you so you can see, but it's basically just all into the defenses stuff. There's nothing special there. It is just lunge as often as you can and give me defenses while you do it. So smooth to play. Very, very satisfying. Could definitely near double my damage if I tried to. For instance, you'll look on... Where is it listed? There it is. Spell critical strike chance. No. Critical spell damage. You'll notice I only have 78% increased spell damage total. I'm increasing the base damage a lot, but there's not a lot of increased spell damage. So for instance, you can get like a 30% spell damage helmet, like implicit. Here we are on the boss. So you can Cyclone around a bitch. Still does a pretty good amount of damage. But you can also, if you need to be a bit more tanky, you can also do the single target one, which is also quite a lot of damage. You see, I just don't take damage at any time. I got up to wave 150 before I bowed out of the arena because it took too long and I got bored. So it's definitely quite strong. It's definitely quite fast. It gives me that really nice feeling of playing Cyclone. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Solid build. Definitely one skill short of having a full toolkit. I honestly am really a little sad that Ring of Shields doesn't have one that I can put in, but there's really nothing else that we want. I could maybe have gone for a Racing Strike, but I feel like it wouldn't have helped. I wouldn't have done any damage. I could maybe have done the degen of Hammer Throw, but Rive might have had a fun thing if it had a tree. There's just nothing else on the tree. So your build is done when you've got these four. This one is just, it can be anything. You can just put anything there to level it. everything else about it, great. Super fun, super smooth. Had an absolute ball. Gonna be making a new character tomorrow. Fuck, no key again. Oh wait, we don't get keys anymore. Oh, that feels bad. You gotta do 5 of them to get a key now. Alright, well, that's it for today, and I will see everybody tomorrow.